My parents disowned my sister and her twin daughters when they learned she was divorced. When my sister showed up at our childhood home, soaking wet and clutching her twin daughters, our parents slammed the door in her face because she was divorced. She called me that night, her voice shaking through the rain. I was 3 hours away, but I grabbed my keys and drove straight through a storm to get her. When I found her under our parents' porch, holding 2 crying babies under a thin blanket, something inside me broke. I brought her and the girls back to my tiny apartment. Overnight, my neat, quiet life turned into sleepless nights of bottles, diapers, and lullabies I didn't even know I could sing. At first, my husband tried to understand. He made bottles, folded baby clothes, even stayed up with me when my sister couldn't stop crying on the couch. But soon the fight started. When will they leave? When will we get our life back? I didn't have an answer. One night, my husband gave me an ultimatum, them or me. He packed his bags when I didn't choose him, and just like that, I lost my marriage too. But I couldn't abandon her. My sister needed me. Those 2 little girls needed me. So I held it together. I brewed coffee at dawn, balanced my work, and stayed awake through midnight feedings. One day, I found my sister scribbling in an old notebook. She was writing about the night our parents turned her away, about the betrayal, about me. Too, she called me her lighthouse in the storm. When I read her words, I realized this wasn't just pain, it was power. I convinced her to turn her notes into a book. She didn't believe anyone would care, but they did. When it was published, women lined up to thank her for telling the truth they were too afraid to say. And our parents, they sued her for shaming the family. But we stood in court, side by side, and watched the judge throw their lies back in their faces. The footage of my sister standing in the rain, begging to be let inside with her babies, silenced every rumor they ever spread. Then came her ex. Suddenly, he wanted to be a father. He showed up with gifts and fake apologies, trying to crawl back into the picture he'd set on fire. When he appeared at one of her book signings, pretending to beg for forgiveness in front of cameras, she looked him dead in the eye and said, "If you were sorry, you'd stay away." He didn't, so I helped her file a restraining order. She fought for her peace the same way she fought for her story. Now every time I see her standing on a stage, signing books for women who whisper, "Thank you for saving me," I know every sacrifice was worth it. And when her daughters run to me after preschool, giggling like they don't know what betrayal is, I know this storm didn't break us, it made us family.